Happy Halloween.
Boom! Guess what I dressed up as?
A Doge.
Yeah. I guess it's not a guess because you can just look at the screen, but
Yes.
this is my costume for today. Hello, woof woof. Wen Moon.
Buzz's girlfriend. Woof.
Fun fact about that moment. The director, John Hughes, shout out, much of your memories of childhood are thanks to this man, but he felt that joke was too mean to use an actual little girl for, so he had one of the cast members' male children dress up as a girl to be the quote-unquote ugly girl so that nobody would feel bad. So there is a fun Home Alone tidbit as we sail through Halloween and into the Christmas season.
How do you even just know off the top of your head who directed that?
I'm an entertainer, R2. I come up here and I'm here to entertain the people.
Yay.
My knowledge is miles wide and inches deep. I don't know much about anything, but I know a lot about it. I know a little about everything.
I've heard that before too, but not about my knowledge.
Yeah. So,
Ooh,
great.
got that copy.
One of the best Christmas movies of all time. And this is a fun time also to debate a few movies, Gremlins and Nightmare Before Christmas. Halloween movies or Christmas movies?
Oh. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Okay. I'll go with that. What about Gremlins?
It's been so long since I've seen it, I didn't know that it was either.
It is. It's a Christmas movie, Gremlins, though it is kind of a horror movie as well. One of Steven Spielberg.
It's a pretty lighthearted horror movie, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's Steven Spielberg. It's very E.T.-esque. It doesn't go too crazy, but definitely great movie right around the time of Goonies as well. Another Spielberg masterpiece.
I don't really rewatch like old movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I go through phases where all I want is brand new content or I can't even concentrate. Or there are times, usually after I've made insane amounts of money in the market, when life feels very slow to me. And I just kind of want to relax in a big chair with a sifter and watch some of the classics as I reflect
With a what?
upon.
With a what?
A sifter of nice cognac. You sift it.
Snifter?
That's what I said. What did you hear?
Sifter.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Moving on.
Abdul, is it
close.
a good morning for you, my friend? I see you are sporting a handsome dick butt. This is a floor.
Comparatively, that is a handsome dick butt, yes.
Mm-hmm. This is a floor that has stayed tumescent even through the bear market. And they had some help over the weekend from both the most famous person in the world and the new owner of Twitter.com and probably the most famous crypto artist in the world, People.
That was, that's shocking. I'll pull it up later. We'll talk about it. There's a lot going on there. It didn't need to happen, but it did.
So much.
A lot to unpack, I suppose, as the young folks say. We're going to double click on that later, though.
Double click.
Dude, how was your weekend? What was going on?
Great weekend.
October 30th.
Yeah, great weekend. Obviously, Halloween is today. I did notice the young kids out there doing their Halloween celebrating. Not not the trick-or-treaters, they go tonight, but the kids who like to party, we're doing it over the weekend because it's a Monday today, right? Not the best day for Halloween, but it was a very busy weekend in crypto land because after quite the rally on Friday, the handoff to crypto was perfect, swift, and ETH broke above 1,600 for the first time in a long time. I don't know if anyone remembers, but we had just gone through weeks of crabbing to the point where it became a meme. Crypto's dead, right? Oh, currency's more volatile than crypto. ETH reared its beautiful head over the weekend above $1,600, getting up to $1,660. Of course, driven by Doge getting some news flow, with Twitter finally ending up in the hands of Elon Musk. Plenty of internal controversies, app controversies, gossip, and news, but also implications for what we know as blockchain and Web3, as Elon has been very open about some of his, maybe they won't be enacted, but some of his theories or thoughts on what could improve social media, especially regarding spam and bots and predatory posts.
Yeah, I've seen. It's been fun to listen to all of the different takes on what he can do, what he should do, what he will do, and then of course, it's already been a pretty eventful 4 days at this point. He gutted the staff. You saw the Ligma Johnson scandal.
Yeah, first there was the report he was going to cut 75%. That he said was not true. Then there were some
I'm not bullish on Twitter anymore then.
Then there were some pranksters who were outside the Twitter office holding boxes, waiting for the news media to show up, because the news media is gullible in those situations.
Yes.
The basic gist being the media is not there to report the news to you. They're there to sensationalize and tug at your heartstrings and cause emotions. And pranksters like to play into that. Now,
these two poor data scientists that had just been let go from their job at Twitter.
Elon did show up to Twitter with a sink. And
we talked about that.
He is, as reported by the New York Times, going to let go of about 30% of the staff there, which, again, yes, we'd love to see 75% cut if you're a fan of the app and you think that they haven't been doing a good job, et cetera, but that's probably not feasible, and 30% is a huge amount to let go from the company. And I would say that the general vibe from the non-extreme factions on Twitter, the people who aren't making it a complete political football, is general optimism, right? Elon isn't in this to make money. He's probably going to improve our user experience, and especially if you are a crypto adopter, the potential for him to turn this into a easy place to exchange and use crypto as an internet currency, but maybe even more interesting, to turn Twitter into a completely decentralized app with many ramifications from that.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking. Oh no, sorry, I was talking with I think Drip Cult and Dirty Milk on the. I felt so bad. We went to record an episode of the Exit Liquidity, and did a whole show, hour and something long. Great, no problem. Wrap it up, and then I realized I had the wrong microphone selected on the recording software, and the entire thing, like, you just couldn't hear me talk.
Oh boy.
Oh, and it's bad. It's not. It wasn't even like it was quiet. Like, it wasn't picking up at all. And I was so embarrassed. I was so frustrating. But
it'd be funny if you removed your video, like just you from the clip of the video, and then the two of them are having a conversation, but then they just randomly pause for no reason and just look at the camera, like, in a weird way.
Yeah. And there's just no context.
Right. No context for the pause. They're looking and like not like just like just let out of I don't know. Just thinking out loud here.
But one of the things we were talking about was just like, the fiduciary duty that, the management team and the executives and whatnot have for Twitter shareholders and whatnot. And like, if you look at their chart, doesn't look like they really ever did a great job. You know what I mean? Like, they had their moments, but like peak to valley, it didn't look like this company grew a substantial amount.
No, it did not. In fact,
right?
The average return was 2.01% a year. So,
like, sure, if you bought some of the peaks and valleys, you had some good trade opportunities in there, but like, it wasn't even like they were quick. Like,
and think about, 2.01% beats long-term inflation by 0.01%. And the year you're forced to cash that investment out is the highest inflation in 40 years.
Right.
Yeah. So, there's irony on a stick for you. But hey, again, the good news is that Elon now owns Twitter. And the better news is that the only tradable instrument in existence to now play bullishness or bearishness on Twitter, depending on how you think it's going to go, are the dog coins, specifically Doge and the subsequent L2 Doge chain.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch that out. Let's get into crypto real quick. I just had the Ligma Johnson thing. It was these two guys, as you said, hanging around with a box full of stuff, walking out of the Twitter office. Did not work for Twitter, but they told the media their names were Rahul, Ligma, and Daniel Johnson. And the media picked it up. They were running these stories about these two guys. Elon, of course, not missing the opportunity to point out that they had it coming with a eggplant emoji. I love it. I'm here for it. This is the new owner of Twitter, and he's embracing it.
A bunch of advertisers have said publicly they're going to stop advertising on Twitter, which again has been met by resounding cheers. I mean,
right.
Everyone's like, yes, please, everyone stop advertising on Twitter. No one gives a shit. And look, Elon is right. Ads that are actually relevant to you are content. And
that's a big Gary Vee thing too, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things that made Gary Vee so successful is that you need to tell a story that, like, people don't follow your Instagram or your Twitter or your Facebook page, whatever, for more advertisements, right? Like, if a restaurant has a social media page, like, people, sure, some might to see, the daily special and whatnot, but like, people don't want more of that stuff on their timeline. They might pick one or two for things that they're like really active in and want to catch it, but you don't actively go out and choose to see more advertisements on your feed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what story are you telling with your branding? What narrative? What art are you showing? What cool things are you doing? And then once you have a following that's engaged in that, like one every 10 posts, you could say, oh, by the way, we sell food too. Right? Like that is how you keep a captive audience. I mean, essentially that's what Donald Trump did. He built a massive audience and was like, by the way, I'm running for president.
Well, I mean, and there's some of if you're looking for controversy, will he reinstate many of the banned accounts? Remember, some like Alex Jones were banned for misinformation. Some like Donald Trump were for dangerous and abusive behavior. Will the idea of, again, a free, decentralized social media experience, or town square, as Elon put it, mean that they are going to be reinstating accounts that have previously been banned? That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, but he has also said that this does not come without consequence. It's not an open platform for hate speech or to break the rules or whatever. I think his point is like getting a good basically, like, oh my God, what do you guys call it in the States? Your laws, but you have like the amendment, not the amendments, or the like the Constitution or whatever, right? Where am I going with
Constitution and amendments to it, yes.
Okay, perfect. I can never remember what it's called there. Uh, Having a very good, clear, and well thought out standard of rules that are upheld uniformly,
Yeah.
right? With no inconsistencies. I've heard a lot of talk about, going back and actually looking at real documented court cases where, precedent has been set on what constitutes free speech and what doesn't, and building those types of real legal frameworks into the terms and conditions of Twitter, and applying them properly without prejudice, I guess, is the goal here. He
Mhm.
also had said that he's not changing anything in terms of the guidelines or reinstating any accounts until he assembles I guess he called it a very diverse team of a council, I guess, right? A content
Yeah.
council. Facebook did this too. So, I mean, I think much to everybody's chagrin, there were people on both sides that I think, the people that wanted him to just release everybody back on there, like, and then there were the other people that were waiting for him to do it so they could, get the pitchforks out.
Yeah.
I think the anticlimactic version of this was him saying, "No, we're going to form a council. We're going to do this thoughtfully," and I, think that's the right thing to do. It wasn't the most entertaining thing to do, but it's not all about that either.
No, I I again think that he is doing this for fun, and I don't mean in a pranky, memey sort of way. I think he thinks that he can really improve this app for the
Yes.
betterment of whatever he wants to call it, humankind, debate, who knows? But it's like I said, the people who are not making it political, it seems to be generally optimism about what's going on. And of course, the more interesting implication for the listeners of this show would be some of the people on this board, including the head of crypto investment at A16. That's a very interesting person to bring on the board as Twitter is being billed as maybe becoming Web3 native, decentralized, and put aside exactly which coins would be used. I think if you look at who he brought on to the board, that is a very real possibility.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Binance is playing a part in this too. This kind of nothing headline of Binance will help Elon Musk use crypto to battle Twitter bots. I think a lot of this is building in monetization of the platform with the idea that there's going to be some costs associated with being a relatively influential person. I saw you sent me an article that said they're implying that it's going to be $4.99 a month to have your badge, right? Your verified badge, which means that all of those accounts that you get the nonsense spam and notified in and tagged in and all of that stuff now have a cost associated with it that they, probably won't. I actually originally saw it as $20 a month. And if you're a verified kind of power user of Twitter that has a large following, $20 a month is not a lot for, to have some skin in the game, right? Like to make sure that in some way, shape, or form, you're staying in line with it. So I don't know. I honestly I think it should be more than $4.99 a month. 20 seems like a good price. I don't think that should break the bank for anyone that's seriously using Twitter and needs a verified account.
Yeah.
And also you shouldn't be
And
able to transfer it.
I think that there is also too much controversy and debate over the blue check mark itself. You saw people, and these tend to be people who have them, who say that they don't care about them or that it's not important or that, they don't, whatever. It's not, those type of people were saying, yeah, good, I'm just going to get rid of it. You think I'm paying $4.99 for the stupid check? People said the same thing about Twitter Blue and editing and NFTs and all that type of stuff. I think even in its current state, Twitter is a very good product, that has a lot of features people are willing to pay for. And I think
Yeah.
blue check mark is fine to add that to the list.
I pay $10.99 a month or more for a lot worse stuff.
Correct.
You know, like I could probably go through my list of stupid things that I have a subscription to and find that. And
All right, pull it up right now. Let's do it one by one.
yeah, no. No, it's nothing weird, but like I mean, I just like I have like
I didn't imply that. What are you saying?
yeah, you pull it. No, like I have a gym app that like I used for a month and that was great. Now, you know, it cost me like $90 for a year subscription of it, right? Like,
Well, let me introduce you to StepIn, where you can get paid to work out.
perfect. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else we want to talk about with Elon and Twitter? I mean, the crypto and implications are huge.
Yes, the coin that is receiving the most action off of this is, of course, Doge, because it is a pet project of Elon's. He supports the Doge devs. And obviously, if we're talking about tipping currency, right? Doge has been lauded for a long time as the best tipping currency because it's a Litecoin clone. It's very cheap to transact, and it would actually make a lot of sense. And I think one thing that would vastly improve Twitter is a easily exchangeable currency built into the UI, because I think there are plenty of reasons people would want to do that. And we talk about the seamless experience that Reddit created to onboard a bunch of people onto Web3. Why wouldn't Elon do that with Twitter?
Yeah, I think it's right there for the taking. It seems like the low hanging fruit, and honestly, like Dogecoin is perfect for that. Like just a cheap, fast tipping currency. You know, it's I know coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, like they're all fractionalized and down to like what 16 decimal points. Like it's crazy. So you can obviously transact in small amounts of them, but the gas fees are substantially higher to move that. Dogecoin not the case, but there's also something nice to Dogecoin just being like a cheaper coin to just, oh, here's 10 Dogecoin. Like, yeah, it's $1.20, right? Like there's just, rather than, oh, thank you so much for the 0.00015 ETH, you know?
Yeah.
Like there is something real about the whole number thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So I think that it's very possible. I also think Elon is very cognizant now of what he's being called and what he's doing. And while he doesn't give a shit, I also don't think he's trying to cause a pump and dump. And I don't even mean for financial gain. Like even as just he doesn't need more shit in his life, I would think. So
I think he revels in it, honestly.
yeah, he does. I mean,
him and his high-priced lawyers and PR team just working full time. He likes to put people to work. That's for sure.
Yeah. And if Elon tweets anything about Doge, you could be sure as shit it's going to double or triple overnight and then pull back, 50% the next day. And that's why people are getting long here. It certainly looks like it's printing a nice bull flag, but I will caution everyone. I think that the market in terms of crypto and stocks are going to be down this week. They're actually down this morning, which I think is going to reverse. I would be, if you're a trader, if you're a day trader, I would be getting long things here, looking to get out by lunchtime or maybe even this afternoon for a reversal. That said, if you are not a day trader, I would not be buying anything here. I would be selling things here. And the pullback may have already started. Doing anything up here is playing with fire, I believe. And I think that ETH is going to pull back to 1480. I think that S&P is going to pull back to 3750, 3800. And Doge will pull back to 9.5 cents. It's at 11.5 cents right now. And that is my prognosis of what is going on here. If you're not using a lot of leverage, there's nothing wrong with holding some Doge for some event risk, but it is now up 70% over the last few days, do not be surprised to see it fall 20% randomly in a day. So if you're anything more than 5x leverage, you could be wiped out while you sleep, and it could recover all the way back before you even get up, because
you could wake up to it up 5% and you still got liquidated.
And you liquidated, and you very confused by it. So just know it's in that type of volatile range right now, but holding some as a flyer in case Elon tweets. That's probably a positive risk reward play with 3x to be made and maybe 20 or 30% down to risk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm slowly starting to think that like Dogecoin might as well be number 3 in market cap once we go on a bit of a run. If you want to take out the stable coins out of the equation, which I typically tend to do, as you said, 96% in a week, like that's incredible. That is just like a great play if you just hopped on when you knew that the Twitter deal was like close to being finalized, not even actually finalized, because it did start ripping basically Friday when he walked in with that sync, right? When it was official. And that was, the news was already there. I mean, the fact that he was going to have to buy a Twitter was baked in for a month at this point. I don't think there was any doubt that it was going to happen.
People started front running the trade. Doge was at about 5 cents.
Yeah, 5-6 cents.
And people started front running it when he said he was going to close it by Friday. When he closed it, Doge was at about 7.5 cents.
Yeah.
So still up over 100% from the very, very early, for the very, very early investors. And again, it definitely had a blow off over the weekend, which it's digesting right now. Now, if you look at it, it looks like it's printing an absolutely gorgeous bull flag, but this is a bear market. And that is the most obvious watched bull flag on planet Earth right now. We know when things are that obvious and that watched, there's a very good chance they do the exact opposite of what you think they will.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Episode 160. Happy Halloween to everybody, too. Yeah, Halloween. I'm not going to do that because I am still a little bit. I'm almost recovered, but I'm not quite.
Be a Halloweeny.
I'm a party pooper. I mean, just for some context, ETH has been pretty much around 1580 to over 1600 for the majority of the weekend. Nice little run there, up 17% still on the 7-day. Bitcoin, not quite the same, but up 5% on the week. It is still at about $20,500. Of course, Doge has been the story of the last 4 days in crypto. We'll see how long that continues to rally. Remember, all-time highs on Doge was like 70-80 cents, and
68 cents I think was the it's a little different on every exchange, as crypto tends to be. It was right around there.
I typically learned the hard way that the old all-time highs are not necessarily a metric that every coin is going to get to and surpass in a bull run. We haven't seen that with a lot of the coins that existed in 2017, 2018. They didn't get back up to those highs, even though they might have touched it, while the quality ones like Bitcoin, ETH, far surpassed it. Dogecoin, I mean, I guess at this point, with its unofficial tying to, I like your thesis of like Dogecoin is at this point an investment in Twitter.
It's it's a literal investment vehicle for Twitter. Twitter now is a token, and it's Doge.
And it's not because Twitter owns a whole bunch of it on their balance sheet or anything, but
no.
I like Twitter's success. I gotta believe is going to bring Dogecoin up with it, just because it's going to be on the platform. It's going.
Yeah, and I think that bring up the tweet thread that I showed you with the rocket ship dog. This tweet thread is from July of 2020 when Doge was 1/3 of a cent. I was but a.
This is your masturbatory shilling here. No,
yes,
I'm kidding.
Exactly. And
okay, yes.
This is when I was still pretty green to crypto. But memes, as much as it is accepted knowledge right now that memes are the best investment, this was still something people were figuring out in the halcyon days of 2020. And I noticed that Bloomberg wrote an article that said that that was a meme, essentially, and not an article. It was the front page of Business Week by Bloomberg, and that was not common at the time, even though you see it ad nauseum. Now they kind of set that that standard, and I said memes are a very powerful thing. Doge is a better meme. I always said Bitcoin was a meme, and I think Doge is a better meme than Bitcoin is. It started its little run from 1/10 of a cent to 1/3 of a cent because of a TikTok user. You guys may not remember in 2020, but a few TikTokers had decided Doge was going to the moon, and that's what made it go from 0.001 to 0.003. From there, it consolidated. It went up a little bit. It hung out there a while. And then, of course, when the 2021 bull market hit, it got up to 68 cents, a 200x from when this thread was written. And again, I am bullish on Doge for years now, even after the big crash from its peak, which of course was partly because it had gone up so much, but also because, you know, crypto in general was crashing. But I think that Doge will get above $1. I think it's going to go to $10. You know, when we zoom out 7 years, we're going to have $10 trillion companies on Wall Street. You know, trillions aren't going to be as crazy a concept as they are today. And I think, as R2 said, Doge is a top 3 cryptocurrency because cryptocurrencies are memes distilled into directly tradable assets. Bitcoin is one of the best memes of all time. I think Doge is a better meme. And I think online tipping and the idea of a creator economy needs a cryptocurrency to fuel it. And I just think that Doge is it. The reason you see so many imitations like SHIB and all that stuff, I believe, is because human beings innately sense. I've always said Doge is going to flip Bitcoin one day. And I do think Doge is going to get to $10 per coin at some point.
Yeah, I mean, really, when you put it into context of saying like a trillion isn't going to be what it used to be, right? Like, I think you're 1,000,000% right on that, for the simple fact of it used to be a rare occurrence when a company went public as a $1 billion company, right? Like that, they were called unicorns, weren't they?
Yes,
like that was a big
$1
deal.
unicorn.
And then the decacorn, a $10 billion company. At this point, $1 billion valuation at the onset of going public is a pretty average company, really, right? And
you're lucky if you get a company that goes public at $1 billion. All the good companies aren't going public now till 50 billion, 100 billion. And that means the lion's share of money has already been made by employees, VCs, and private investors. The stock market is a way to dump on people, whereas it used to be a way to raise capital as a small, scrappy company. But anytime you have that type of disparity, or inefficiency in markets, somebody fills that hole. VCs are like, shit, we can take a smaller percentage and fund you. Don't go to the market. The SEC is a pain in the ass. You don't want to be public. That's so much fucking stress you don't need. We'll give you the money. And then you have Facebook, which was the greatest investment of all time for the VCs that got in at the right moment, wasn't offered to you until at best it had another 20x left in it.
Yeah, definitely a different dynamics. And like, just, you know, the amount of billionaires, like a billion is not what it used to be at all. And that's not to say that it is not an incredible amount of money. It still is, but it's just things are different now. Lincoln saying, I recall when Doge was mooning, hit 72 cents. Elon was on SNL. That's right. That was the actual top. Made a joke about it and then crashed it, which people were pissed about. But again, like, Elon doesn't care about the price of Doge. Elon is literally just doing whatever Elon wants to do and having fun along the way, it seems. Again, like, you live by the Elon tweets, you die by the Elon tweets. But I think overall, long term, it's going to be bullish. I wonder. I'm curious. Last comment or question about Elon, and I'll ask it really quickly: is, do you think that he has to be more careful now about what he says, or does this change anything?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a private company. What's anyone going to do?
Oh, that's true.
Like,
Yeah,
yes, he could obviously still be,
right.
if he ran a financial scheme, you know, if he did something illegal, you're always at risk of prosecution. Right now, he is no longer under the enforcement of the SEC. He has to deal with the FTC. That's who regulates those type of things. But
yeah, he could swing trade that hard if he wanted to. Yeah, but I mean, what is? I know you're joking, but like, what is the benefit? He literally spent 3 times as much as Doge's market cap to buy Twitter, right? Like,
there's no
him swing trading a couple $1 million in Doge is not moving the needle at all. And if he did like real substantial amounts of it, he'd destroy the market. Anyways, interesting.
I agree.
Lots to come with Elon. I know that you're saying that tongue in cheek. Also, I want to give a shout out to Lincoln, who dropped another animated Genesis Wolf in the pack chat there. This was one that I made early on. God, seems like forever ago now. I guess it kind of was, but killer work on that, man. Incredible. I am envious of your animation skills. Did you see it? Should I pull it up? It was good.
Yeah, I mean, Lincoln is absolutely killing it with those animated wolves. They look so good, and boy, look at this steampunk come to life. Oh, baby.
Yeah. A little violent, shooting down one of those balloons. Took me a long time to design that balloon, and you're just gonna shoot it down out of the sky. That's not very nice, but whatever, we'll roll with it. This little terminal pad, though, man, so dope. Just wanted to give you a shout out, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Bitcoin bull market in 2028, IMO, peace. Yeah, okay. I
mean, boy, hit us with the crab, and then he was
like, this guy just like saw the opportunity and just went for it. And like, it's
5-year crab, bitches. Peace out.
Yeah. Calling it now. I love when people call something on such a long time frame that it's just like almost likely to happen by then, anyways.
We're not even gonna have YouTube in 2028.
What?
And according to my math, that's literally going to be the beginning of the next secular bear market, when all hell breaks loose and sovereign debt has the unwind of our lifetimes. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about Beeple sharing his latest artwork. I've kind of just toned it down a little bit because I'm sure in some way, shape, or form it would get this show taken down. But Beeple, I'm sure I don't need to introduce who Beeple is. Basically just said, until this is hanging in the Museum of Modern Art, we're still early, and then posted the IRL version of a crypto dick butt. Wow. I don't know, man. I didn't need to see this. I don't want to see it anymore.
This is true art. Okay. You know, art is meant to make you feel. It is not meant to make you feel good. It is meant to make you feel. And
I felt something after seeing that. And the worst part was, it was the first thing in my Twitter feed when I like woke up this morning. I'm all groggy, barely see. Open my phone, click on Twitter, and it's just like, boom, right there.
Yeah. Beeple is a master engagement farmer, but he does it with actual content. He's not just doing it with what's your favorite color? Do you think men should have to pay for the first date? Come on. That's straight engagement farming. What Beeple does is art. I put my hands up in a very artistic way when I said that. Almost like I was smoking a parliament outside an art gallery in Soho.
Was this Halloween related, or just decided to?
No, I'm painting a picture for you so you can experience along with.
I don't know. I wonder. Okay, this is going to be a stupid question. Does he release all of these as an NFT? Like, is this going to get auctioned off?
I believe he has a specific process. He releases it at an NFT. I think, yes, it is an auction, and then he sends you a physical infinite frame with the NFT in the frame.
Yeah, man, I will say that the second most expensive NFT that he sold, not the 100 days or whatever it was that sold for 69 million, but that rotating one. Do you remember that one?
Yes. The
So
astronaut.
yeah, walking, and it's the rotating like rectangular um thing. When I first saw that, I was so mind blown. I wish I had pulled it up before because I just kind of came to me. But like I thought the whole image was just a 3D render of like, the art gallery and this rotating frame or whatever. But it was a actual real thing. It was just absolutely incredible. This
Yeah.
guy is going to be, whether or not you enjoy his work, it's poignant. It gets a reaction, as Free Market says, and obviously commands some huge price. And he rubs shoulders with some of the biggest names in the world too, right? Like
And
he's a highly sought after guest at like dinner parties, cocktail parties, like charity events, all of this stuff. Like this guy is the top of the top when it comes to digital NFT crypto art.
yeah, I mean, remember, he's building a studio in New York City to bring NFTs to life. Speaking much to what you were talking about with his sculpture of the walking astronaut that was 3 dimensions, you could walk around. This is, in my opinion, and I've said this long before the PFP bull market, that hardware is one of the larger impediments to NFTs. These are technology. These need the latest technology to display and interact with them. Like I say this all the time, a phone is just a terrible way to show someone a $200,000 piece of art. And even digital frames in their current iteration, that's just like saying the next iteration in cars is electric vehicles. Well, duh, like that's the obvious iteration. I want real innovation as to what's going to happen. And I think people, like you said, love him or hate him, his type of thinking is exactly in line with mine. And I think NFTs need to be brought to life. Yay, people.
If this isn't hanging in like Elon's office at Twitter, and he bought it for $5 million, I'm going to be disappointed.
I've never been a huge fan of all of Beeple's art. Here and there are pieces I like. There's very few I would hang in my house, but there are some in which I think are, like the message. I go, oh, that's very clever. That one was very clever. Emoji breeding. I thought that one was very clever.
I actually haven't been like I've followed him, but like I haven't been like actively looking and searching for his latest work and whatnot. But I do enjoy it. I agree with you. It's not something I'd be hanging on my wall, but like odds that he has something hanging in MoMA, like it's got to be above 90%.
I mean, the guy sold a $70 million piece of work at Christie or Sotheby's. This is automatic to me.
Do you think that was fair though? Like, I'm here for it. I love those big numbers and stuff like that. But people are like, it was a DAO and it was just pumped by blah blah blah. Like,
he sold a $70 million piece of art. I mean, do mental gymnastics to claim it wasn't, but the guy sold $70 million piece of art at Sotheby's.
100%. And I also long on 10KTF. So
BTW. Yeah. That's one of those that's definitely going to have its moment. Those are that Wag Me Son has the vibe.
Yeah. And they are like just full steam ahead with doing things. Like they are always doing something. Like if you own that stuff, you got to be in the Discord. You don't have to participate, but you got to check that Discord on a daily basis. I missed free ApeCoin. Like it was just like, here's 10 ApeCoin for owning this, and I missed it. And like, okay, sure, that's $30. Not gonna, but like it was just one of those things, right? Like they're just integrating their.
Have they promised physicals? Or have they made physicals yet? I'm trying to remember.
I believe they just announced their first hoodie drop or something, which is a little
It's my
A little
favorite joke that I've made in the
yeah,
last month.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
I
the
knew
best
we'd get a kick out
utility
of that.
for
I don't
NFTs?
know what this is though. This little box of something. Let's see. He's got gloves on. He's wearing a physical of the Wolf game.
And
Something. It's
aren't
a nice box. Good packaging.
these are connected to a big aren't there rumors that this is like Bored Ape Yacht Club, or this is,
Oh, they have like solid relationships with Bored Ape Yacht Club, World of Women. I don't know if punks are in there. Cryptodes. There's a long list of them actually. That's pretty cool actually.
hey, come on. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Like
that is dope. I see. I haven't. I've looked away for 3 days,
and
and there's what
here's
are those?
what's
Are
gonna
those
happen.
Emmys in the background? What are
Okay.
those? What are these trophies? Is that an Emmy?
It looks like an Emmy, yeah. Now,
That's
listen,
not unintentional.
all right? If you show someone a Bored
Oof.
Ape on your phone and tell them it's worth $200,000, they're gonna laugh at you. If you show them the Bored Ape on that and tell them it's worth 200 grand, they'll probably pause and think for a second before telling you you're a moron. They'll still tell you you're a moron, but
Yeah,
they're gonna pause and be like, "Huh, like
dude,
this is exact." See,
that
this is
is sick.
exactly what I was talking about. That's gorgeous. That's fun. That's how a
Like I want
wealthy.
that sitting right there.
Oh yeah, that's how a
Like
wealthy art collector would display their
and
art.
a broke DGen, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that hardware is such a missing component to this market that hey, I'm glad people are thinking this way. 10K TF bullish.
Now I gotta go look at how to comfy hoodie.
Cag me, wag me to
Cag me
cag me.
tokens are the key to see this is the only thing is like there's you gotta like pay attention to it to the point where you understand what they're doing with all of this stuff because it's not simple. There's like battling going on now too, along with the creation of the hoodies and the digital hoodies and the shoes and the socks and the all this. There's a lot going on there.
I do think that there is a certain balance to strike as a project. Like, I do not want to do too much work in regards to like, again, look at the fashion industry. They make it feel like a very exclusive club. There's special drops, there's levels, there's tiers, there's experiences, there's events, there's all that type of shit, right? But it's very there are best standards and practices for it, and I think that these type of projects are essentially imitating the fashion world and very much should stick to that type of model.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing after the show. Checking that out. Sweet, cool. We
One
are
day
at.
scissors will sell for $1 million.
Don't fucking say that. Dude, okay, great airdrop to wake up to because I got like they had like the supplies that they airdropped to everyone randomly. I woke up with these random scissors in there. I took my time to make sure that it was a legitimate airdrop, which it was, and then found out that I got one of the more rare pieces, and they were like at the time in the morning selling for like 1.2 ETH, and ETH was at like $4,000 then, so it wasn't even like a small amount of money. Great. Just sold it. I'm like, I own one pair of these shoes. It's paid for it and then some. Like, I am now just, riding the gravy train at this point. Like, lo and behold, checked back a couple months later and they're selling for like 12 ETH and like you can rent them out and make money off every time someone uses them and stuff. And I was just like one of those things of like, I didn't realize how bullish I should be on this project at the time, but now am. I would not have sold them if I was feeling the way I did now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But also just great at creating like utility and stuff like that too, right? Like keeping the narrative going and just building and doing different things. Let's get into art gobblers. Mint is going down today. Do we have the time? What time is it?
420. Come on.
4:20. Right. Yes, that's right. They tweeted out yesterday that it was exactly 24 hours from the tweet at 4:20 yesterday. So this one. now all of a sudden just got super hyped. You have a pretty good take on it though. There was this tweet that Nate Alex NFT tweeted out. I'm surprised. Nope, not that one. Art Gobblers are coming in a couple days. I think this will be a unique project that reinvigorates the NFT space for a bit. Yes, I'm on the whitelist, but it doesn't make the statement any less true. Chaotic experiments inspire. And then a bunch of other notable influencers in an NFT space retweeted it verbatim, like literally copy paste. And then people started being like, "Oh, look at these guys! They're just obviously shilling. They're not even trying, and like they didn't even switch up their messaging. You know, what does this space become?" It was obviously copy pasta. I don't know who and who didn't get paid for it and whatnot, but I mean, I don't really care. Sometimes, I mean, I guess disclosure is good. It is, but I don't know. Hit me. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I want to be very clear here that I think that this project is employing what we call Ponzonomics. Now, people use Ponzonomics in a negative term, but understand that when I'm saying it, I'm talking about, what'd you say?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can.
Fuck. Sorry, carry on.
No. What I'm saying is projects that lean into experiments, they are basically saying we're fun. We're not really taking ourselves too seriously. We don't know if this is going to work. Hey, we have a token and we're based on the creator economy. I have heard that a lot and I love it. I am a huge proponent of this. I think that there are times when if you spin up that narrative properly, it gets everybody all ginned up on possibilities. And that's what Nate's tweet was essentially saying, that this is a chaotic experiment and who knows what's going to work, but that's usually where great things are born out of. That is Ponzonomics in a sense. It is the best Ponzonomics tweet I have ever seen in my life. And this project has a famous creator, Rick and Morty. I think we all know Rick and Morty and Justin Roiland. This has all the hype in both Discords and on Twitter. Okay. All the right influencers care about it. It has an innovative and confusing model, and confusing is important here. They want to have a token. They're talking about creator economy, automatic cook. This feels like the old days. I am in love with it. The controversy over the weekend, that was literally engagement farmers jacking each other off. I don't think any of them believed any of it. I don't think the guy that started the controversy thought that it was anything other than copy pasta. I don't think that the influencers fighting back at him thought he was serious. I think they all just realized that whatever they did just worked. It turned into a viral moment. Art Gobblers is all anybody is talking about. We only have another 4 high-profile mints left this year, and this is one of them. So everything lined up perfectly for them PR-wise. They mint today, 4:20 p.m., Halloween. There's something about drawing and stuff, and like, you know, the power's in your hands, and you know, down with the man, and I don't know, something. Looks like free money.
Yeah, are you on the allow list for it?
No,
me neither. And I guess it seems to be fully allow listed. So if you're not on it, you're going to be participating in the secondary. It could be wild. I mean, after the week of volume that we've had, I had the volume chart pulled up, but I never showed it. Yeah, like right here, right? Like just completely bottomed out. No excitement from, oh, that's the Solana chart. Never mind.
Ah, yes.
Never gets old. Sorry, I don't know what they're doing in the apartment above me, but I'm really annoyed right now. I mean, the volume has been slow, and I think that kind of feels like things are coiling up for just the desire to degen into something, and you know, that combined with the excitement or the buzz that Art Gobblers has created, along with Justin Roiland and Paradigm. could be time for some fun in the market. And then we have, of course, KPR minting on November 2nd as well. So could be time. I definitely think that we're going to close this week in NFT volume higher than we have the last couple weeks. I don't think that it's going to be back completely, but I don't even know where this goes. Like, do you see this being in the multiple of ETH, or is it going to stay flat for a while, or can you even make that prediction? Have you seen anybody?
I don't even know what
about it?
people are minting.
Yeah,
though
I don't know what the mint price is.
Don't know what the price is. Yeah, I think it's free, if I had to guess. And I also think it's going to be obviously an automatic cook. These will open above 1 ETH minimum.
You think so, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll have to watch it all go down at 4:20 p.m. today.
I may be busy at that time, but
I'm sure you can figure it out. Oh man, I was trying to find some of the other tweets about this, but yeah, I don't know. What else you got going on today?
What day is it? Monday? It's Halloween. Trick-or-treating tonight.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the little guy out?
I was thinking about it. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going. Yes, I'm taking the son trick-or-treating.
Nice. My mine for the first time this year doesn't want to go.
Wow.
I said, okay, no problem.
No skin off my back.
No, you know what? I don't know how it is there. Every year here, the weather is just miserable. Like it October 31st is like without question always just the worst day. And we've had some really nice weather this last week, and it's supposed to be nice out this week too. But today, awful. So I'm not too upset about it. Also, one of those life lesson kind of moments of like, you know, if we get to that point, he's going to go to school. There's probably going to be kids dressed up. They're going to be talking about going out trick-or-treating. He's probably going to feel FOMO.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this is, you know, these are the choices we make.
That's fear of missing out.
It is.
People in the audience aren't.
Yeah, or we need to define FOMO.
Sometimes.
Give our audience a little more credit than that.
Really? Someone just came in and said the Bitcoin bull market's going to start in 2028.
Yeah, but I don't think Sherwin Norum Baba is a regular here. I've never seen him before.
I don't know. The Norum Baba family is revered in finance.
I'm going to think about this that message for a long time, though. In 2028, I'm going to set it on my calendar and be like, is Sherwin right? God damn, what is going on?
You know what it sounds like? It actually sounds like the music in a horror movie right before someone's about to get murdered. Dun, dun,
yeah. That's the isn't that the Christopher Nolan sound?
Oh, you'll be fine because there isn't like a dark room behind you with just one ominous light lighting up the scene underneath.
Right. Yeah. Nothing bad could ever come from that.
It doesn't look darker than 1,000 midnights in there. You'll be okay.
You know what? That wall does a very good job of making it look dark. It's
absorbing light. Yeah, the color black.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, shocking.
That'll do it.
Oh man, I decided to pull out my Lakers hat again today. I'd all but given up, but we're back, baby. 1-5 Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, there you go.
No, there I don't go. It's bad, man. They have the worst team in the league, and I never thought I would say that about a LeBron James, Anthony Davis team.
Is LeBron still on there? Huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's not like 2016 LeBron.
He's
or anything,
almost old and useless enough to go to the Knicks. That would be.
Yeah, they signed him on a 6-year max contract.
Yeah, they wait right until the knee goes out before they sign former superstars. As we know, Tracy McGrady, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan?
Wasn't he a Knick?
Did you just say Michael Jordan was a Knick? Yeah.
engagement farming by saying,
Oh
well,
yeah. Here come the steady stream of tweets. You believe what this idiot just said on the AlphaMint show?
I know. Well, we try. Wayne
God,
Gretzky was a Nick for a brief stint.
no, he was a Ranger.
All right. Close.
Oh, I keep forgetting to play into your.
They literally play on the same square footage. Like they turn the basketball court into the ice rink. If you would tomorrow or on Wednesday, if
Yeah,
you
it's
guys are
underneath.
interested,
Yeah.
I will bring the fast motion footage of them turning the basketball court into the hockey rink. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think the basketball court's a bit smaller, but that's where they put like the. God damn, that's where they put.
I'm just doing. I can't. The ghoul is gonna pop on the frame any moment with a knife.
The thing is, it stops for long enough to let me feel comfortable talking, and then it just starts again.
Mm-hmm.
How are the Knicks doing this year?
Very well, actually.
3-3.
You know what you should do? You should toilet paper the upstairs neighbor's house. It's very healthy.
It sounds like they're doing some kind of work on it. Honestly, thanks, Captain Obvious. Like it sounds like there's probably like I don't know, plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like one of those
Sometimes
snakes.
I'm doing strange things in the house, and I'm like, I wonder what the neighbors think I'm doing.
Well, the one thing about like I actually really like about this apartment is that it is very soundproof. Like you don't hear a lot of your neighbors through the walls. It's through like fuck.
This is not the morning to sell that aspect of your apartment.
Yeah, true. Well, this I don't know. This is some kind of a obnoxious thing. You know, I'm just gonna wrap it up. I'm done with this. I'm gonna go outside.
Be safe. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Was that a campaign in Canada as well?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah.
Look at that. The more
I didn't take that advice, but hit it.
Sweet Mary, Mother of God.
The sex dungeon upstairs popping off on a Monday morning. Yeah, well, it's Halloween. It's spooky season up there now.
Oh my God.
That's the drill. I don't know what that one was. I haven't heard any like screams though. That's good.
I bit off more than I could chew.
Oh yeah, you hit that one hard, eh?
Send chocolate chip cookies and orange juice.
There we go. Is that the Liz? You hitting the Liz?
No, I ran out of the Liz. This is the Moonbow 112, a varietal by Archive Seed Bank, which is a cross between Skittles and Do-si-do. Do-si-do being the Girl Scout cookie, famous peanut butter Girl Scout cookie available here in the United States of America. Do they have the Girl Scouts up in Canada?
They have the Girl Scouts, yeah, and the Girl Scout cookies are. I haven't had one of those in a long time, but my God.
There is a strain of cannabis called Do-si-dos because it really tastes like peanut butter cookies. And a mad genius at Archive Seed Bank crossed it to a Skittles cut, which literally tastes like a bag of tropical Skittles.
It's peanut butter and Skittles, though?
Huh?
Peanut butter and Skittles together?
It's very good.
Science has gone too far.
No.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 160. We're going to do the quick version of the outro because I'm getting horribly annoyed right now. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We will do this again on Wednesday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 161 will be up for your viewing pleasure. Free market. Get us out of here.
Good luck at the tables, D-Gens. Happy Halloween.